Welcome to Elf-Centered. There are a lot of isms talked about on social media these days. There's sexism, there's racism, there's tons of them. One that's not spoken about often is ageism. And it is something that you see a lot of, or will encounter in all sorts of different areas. Ageism works two ways. I'm going to focus on one of them because it's personally applicable. Ageism is the assumption that because you're young and new, well, you must know nothing at all. We're all new to everything at some point or another, unless you sprang from the moon fully formed with a drink in one hand and a cigarette in the other going, woohoo, let's do it! Then there's the other way, which is assuming that because someone is old, they are past their prime, lacking energy, unable to keep up, uninteresting, boring, stuck in a rut, pedantic. Two places you run into this often. One is the workplace, where, and I can understand the desire to bring in new blood, new people, new ideas, particularly as the generations move and the differences between them. You want to draw in new customers from younger crowds. That's great, but the old wolves have some experience. They know what's going on. Not all of them are stuck in a rut, trapped inside of a box. Many of them are able to see past that. Those that don't, well, they don't last very long. The second place, and this is one where I run into it a lot, is in dating. I'm on a very popular single site, and it surprises me just how many profiles of ladies between the ages of, say, 28 and 49 have the cap on men they're looking for at 49. What happens when you hit the magical number 50? Is there suddenly something strange and unusual? You become somehow a lesser person? It makes no sense. Hollywood, I have to say, this is something that they actually do very well. Just because you're older does not mean you are less skilled, less gorgeous, less sexy, less funny. Look at Christopher Walken. Look at George Clooney. Look at Betty White. Look at the dozens of aging actors and actresses who are still able to strut it on stage. The numbers that still have people posting pictures on various social sites going, this is hot. The younger ones are coming up, and we've got the young ones that are, fantastic as well, but the older ones are not fading into obscurity quite as quickly as you would think that we normal people who do not appear on TV and film, which I have, way in the background, carrying a body, could possibly compete with. There's a thing I like to call the chippy versus the cougar. It's been tolerated for a long time for men to date exceptionally younger women. It is still ridiculed. Jokes, backhanded compliments, little under-the-table things, and it is only tolerated by other men. It's not tolerated by the women. And it goes for both sides. They'll look at the younger woman and shred her about, what the heck are you doing dating a man who's old enough to be your father, give or take. However, in the last few years, the cougar has become a proud label to wear. You'll find nightclubs, more like bars, full of them in the tight leopard skin pants with the big hair, and we call them rock bars. And yes, that's a generalization, and it's a bit of a bad joke, but I have seen advertisements on TV, in print, in malls, all over the place of, I'm 55, my boyfriend's 28. And it's mentioned as a thing of power and empowerment. It's mentioned as a thing of pride. So why doesn't it work the other way? Youth versus older. Really, age is a number. It tells you how often you've been around the planet. Genetics, style of living, diet, exercise, outlook. They all impact your actual age. I know 20-something-year-olds that I love to hang out with. They're high energy, they think, they talk about interesting things, they're fun, they're intriguing, they're engaging. I know 50-plus-year-olds who are boring drama whores. It's strange that many of us, the bulk of us, graduate from high school. A lot of us never leave it. The only place you should worry about age, wine, scotch, cheese, perhaps a cat or dog or your favorite pet. Other than that, it's just a number. And the reason that people keep, buying into a number of these things I'm talking about, marketing. And for some weird reason, as much as, watching the beer commercial with the, scantily clad hotties on it, and the women go, that doesn't happen when you drink that beer. Yeah, us guys know. For the most part. Drinking that beer is not going to get us suddenly surrounded by, hot, young little ladies. But wow, ladies, you buy into the marketing bullshit so hard and heavy. Guys are just enjoying the view.